Today we have gathered together to celebrate the marriage of David Lee Vaughan Jr. and Alexandra Nicole Garrison. On behalf of the bride and groom, I would like to welcome and thank each and every one of you for coming today. Many of you have traveled great distances to be here and show your love and support. For that, I know they thank you. I know it means the world to them to have you here today. A few weeks ago, I went over to Alex and David's home. I asked each of them to briefly describe how they met one another and fell in love. They each typed a few paragraphs on the matter, and I've edited those few paragraphs down to just 2. Not because everything they wrote was not magic, but because Alex was concise and David wrote a novella. I'll now read what Alex had to allow. David and I met 6.5 years ago through mutual friends at a concert David's brother was playing. We have talked nearly every day since. In March of 2009, David went on an outward bound trip for an entire month with nearly no contact. No cell phones, no internet. We wrote a few letters but had very little communication. I realized I was a different person with David in my life, and it was a person I wanted to be. I think this was the time I realized I wanted to marry. I love the way David always thinks of me in ways I would not expect. For instance, whenever he goes into a gas station, he rarely comes out without my favorite candy bar. I love that David and I have the same values, and I love his kind spirit. My absolute favorite thing about our relationship is our pact to never go to bed mad at each other. We make sure to talk through our issues before falling asleep. We have had this rule from day one, and it's truly made our relationship so much stronger. When I asked David to tell me how he felt, this is what he had to allow. Remarks. Abbreviated version. I was too embarrassed to ask for her number, so I went to her friend Julia and got it from her. The first thing I noticed about Alex was definitely her eyes. I've always told her that those are what drew me to her. They're just so beautiful and unique. She's the most caring and passionate person in the world. She always puts me first, and even when it makes her upset. We never go to bed mad at each other. Together we have watched every single episode of the 21 seasons of The Simpsons. The main reason I love her is her heart. She has the most caring and loving heart of anyone I've ever met. She cares more about people and their feelings than her. She always does her best to make everyone happy. I love this woman because she is simply the best thing that has ever happened. Yeah. It has been said that marriage has certain qualities of a contract in which two people take on the housekeeping task of living together to enhance life's joys. However, marriage is much more than a contract. Marriage is a commitment to take that joy deep, deeper than happiness, deep into the discovery of who you most truly are. It is a commitment to a spiritual journey, to a life of becoming. So marriage is even deeper than a contract or a commitment. It is a covenant that says, I love you and I trust you. I will be here for you when you are hurting, and when I am hurting, I will not leave. Marriage is a covenant intended not to provide an escape from pain, anger, or sorrow. Unfortunately, life offers no such escape. Instead, marriage provides a sanctuary safe enough to risk loving, to risk living, and sharing from the center of oneself. This is worth everything. Marriage is a covenant between two people who trust one another implicitly, who honor each other as individuals, who love one another unconditionally, and who wish to spend the rest of their lives with each other. It enables two separate souls to share their desires, longings, dreams, joys, and sorrows, and lastly, to help one another through all the uncertainties life has to offer. Knowing David and Alex as long as I have, there is no doubt in my mind that they fully grasp these concepts. Not only do they understand them, they wholeheartedly embrace them. David, do you take Alex to be your lawfully wedded wife? Will you love, comfort, honor, and protect her, forsaking all others to be faithful to her until death do you will part? Alex, do you take David to be your lawfully wedded husband? Will you love, comfort, Alex, I take you to be my best friend. Alex, I take you to be my best friend. My faithful partner. My one true love. I promise to encourage you, to inspire you, and to love you truly. Through good times and bad, I will forever be there to laugh with you, to lift you up when you were down, and to love you unconditionally. With all our adventures in life together. David, I take you to be my best friend, my faithful partner, and my one true love. I promise to encourage you, to inspire you, and to love you truly. Good times and bad, I will ever be there to laugh. Lift you up when you were down, and to love you unconditionally. All the adventures of life. The rings. David, need to get towel off. It's all right.
Well, I think they're going for the same shot. There she is.
This ring, which has no beginning and no end, symbolizes the love, trust, that will never cease. May its presence on your hand remind you of my love and vow. Place it on your finger, as a visible sign of the promises, which have made us husband and wife. Until now, Alex and David have spent each moment of their lives as separate individuals, but from this day and every day after this day, their lives shall be spent as one. By the power granted to me by the state of Oklahoma, I now pronounce you husband and wife.